Well, if you're thinking it may be time for you to update your resume and not on a single sheet of paper, think about this. Many of today's job hunters are using video instead. CBS News science and technology correspondent Daniel Seberg shows us how this idea is taking off.
Hi, Carol. This is Stan calling from Unishippers Philadelphia. How you doing?
Meet Stan Paprisky. He's a sales manager who spent 13 years with a single company fresh out of college. But when the business was recently sold, Stan found himself in unfamiliar territory, looking for work.
There's this sea of resumes out in these websites, and I wanted to do something that would make my resume stand out. I thought to myself, if I really want to get through to that person, the best way to do it is for them to actually get a flavor of who I am.
Stan wanted everyone to meet him, so he opted to make a video resume.
My name is Stanley Paprisky.
His wife shot it with a digital camera right in their house, and her sister edited it. He posted it on the video sharing website YouTube and emailed potential employers his web address.
Stanley thought of the idea. I thought to myself, wow, this is a great idea. It was almost like we invented the Post-it note. You know, it was something big in my mind.
Turns out Stan wasn't alone. Video resumes have been popping up all over the virtual world. Many offer a straightforward introduction, others with a sprinkling of humor, some, though, border on the absurd. This now infamous video by a Yale University student took the internet by storm last year. It was universally mocked, but it opened people's eyes to the idea, including Trent Willis.
My feeling was that if he could do this, and if he did it this way and got this much negative attention from it without getting a job, the avenue is there for success.
Do you really know Trent Willis?
Trent was working as a political consultant in his home state of Alabama, but wanted to play in the big leagues in Washington. It was political season, and he'd been inundated with attack ads, so he decided to put his own spin on them.
Trent Willis, wrong for unemployment.
Trent's was a homemade production, but you don't have to do it yourself. At this no-frills New York studio, Marco Greenberg produces some of the most sophisticated video resumes for professionals ranging from surgeons to authors. His company, Real Biography, has been out in front of the trend, working on video resumes for 3 years now.
I love teaching.
I think we're at a point in history that the 8.5 by 11 piece of paper might be an endangered species. I think a lot of us are looking at a more creative, a more authentic, a more entertaining way of expressing who we are professionally. And when you combine the video with the power of the internet, we're getting the explosion that we're seeing.
Not only will companies produce your video, social networking sites are forming, like AlumWire, which has college students looking to enter the workforce make 30-second video handshakes that are sent to employers.
And I'm just a poor college student trying to make my way to it, that's all.
Here in New York, recruiting firm Vault.com is running online contests, asking people to send in their video resumes. The winners land job interviews in their chosen profession.
I manage the operations side.
Still, the idea could backfire. Check out this part of Stan's resume. Was he worried he'd cross the line?
Elections? Pay your bill, man!
I felt like if a company can relate to that humor, they'll relate to me. If they can't relate to it, then they'll move on, and that's just fine. They're weeding me out as much as I'm weeding them out.
Thank you very much.
He said the feedback was almost 100% positive, and he ended up with the job of his choice.
Okay. So I'll be headed up to Long Island again.
He just started this month. So did Trent.
If Trent had given you his resume on paper and you'd never seen this, do you think you would have still hired him?
No, I don't.
Why?
I don't think I'd have met him.
Trent's boss received over 50 paper resumes, but only one video. And that was enough to fly him up for an interview.
Okay. So
I don't think you can communicate creativity and attitude through a resume. And that's what I got from that video clip, was an attitude. And it was exactly what we were looking for.
You happy with where you're at?
Oh, I love it. I could not love it more.
giving new meaning to the phrase, put your best face forward. Well, the traditional job-seeking websites are starting to catch up with all the startups. CareerBuilder.com announced last month it will offer a video resume service, and at Jobster.com you can post your video resume on your profile page, and it may be featured on the main site.
All right, what are